भी दुश्मन है मेरे रज़ा कहा जल रहा था जला.
There is a beautiful ayat karima in Surah Al-Baqarah wherein Allah Azza wa Jal, He commands the believers, especially those people who are the pilgrims who have gone for Haramain Sharifain, who have the honor of being a mu'tamir or a haji, if they are doing umrah or if they are performing hajj. When they have completed their tawaf, the circumambulation of the Baytullah, the Quranic verse proclaims, وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى, and take the standing place of Ibrahim ala nabina wa alayhi salatu wasalam as your standing place for prayer. Or Ibrahim Khalilullah alayhi salatu wasalam के खड़े होने के मकाम को अपनी नमाज का मकाम बनाओ. This is the ayat karima, this is the mafhum of the ayat karima which I have just mentioned, which means that, as it is quite self-explanatory, that once the tawaf has been completed, 7 chakar, 7 times you have gone around the Baytullah when you began your tawaf from the Hajr Aswad, then in order to pray those 2 rakat nafal which have the hukm of wajib, this has to be done immediately behind, if possible, the Maqam Ibrahim, which is that stone, that rock, which has Hazrat Ibrahim Khalilullah alayhi salatu wasalam's footprint on it. It has taken the imprint of Hazrat Ibrahim's Qadam Mubarak. So the Qadam Mubarak, the imprint of the blessed foot of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, is impressed on that rock, on that stone. And Muslims are required, the Mu'tamir and the one who has done the tawaf, whether he was doing umrah or hajj, he is required or she is required to immediately pray as close as they can behind the Maqam Ibrahim, which is in that golden sort of cabinet which has a glass enclosure around it. This is in Salat itself that we are required to do this. And if you cannot find a place immediately after that, then as close as possible to it, we are required to pray our Salat. And who has made this command? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we can learn from this ayat karima. There are a few points which we are able to draw, which we are able to learn of. And they are that in Salat itself, that pathar, that stone which has been impressed with the blessed footprint of a Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that has azmat, that has honor, that has become honorable, that has become prestigious, it has become exalted because of the imprint of Ibrahim ala nabina wa alayhi salatu wasalam. And we are required and commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's Quran to honor it, to demonstrate our honor to this pathar. And the pathar surely is not Allah Azza wa Jal. It is Ghairullah. So honor is being shown, reverence is being demonstrated, respect is being given, prestige is being demonstrated and being given to a pathar which simply has the nishan, it has the imprint of a Nabi's foot in Salat. So it has become honorable by virtue of the imprint of the blessed foot of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Secondly, it also, we are able to elucidate from this ayat karima that one is required in Salat to demonstrate respect. The pathar has become honorable, so much so that in Salah itself, we are required to stand immediately as close as possible to that in Salah. So it is coming between us and the Kaaba. Although the Kaaba is not masjud lahu, it is masjud ilay. We are facing the Kaaba in Salat. We are not doing sajda to the Kaaba or the Sajda is not for the Kaaba, it is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a prostration. The act of worship is for Allah Azza wa Jal, Lillahi ta'ala, faqat. Yeah? That is the masjud ilay. We face in the direction of the Kaaba, but we do not prostrate to it. The prostration, the Sajda, the act of worship of Salat, it is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nevertheless, honor is being shown, is being demonstrated to the pathar, to the stone which has the imprint of Hazrat Khalilullah Ibrahim ala nabina wa alayhi salatu wasalam. Also, we are able to learn, and this is the asal, you could say this is the origin which proves that the tabarrukats, those things which have even a remote connection with a Nabi, with a special servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they become honorable. And where is the dalil? This is the dalil itself, the nas-e qat'i, the absolute authority for Muslims, the glorious Quran, which is hudal linnas, it is guidance for all mankind. So those people who often immediately jump to the very first thing they jump to is shirk, is bid'ah. Yeah? When someone is showing respect to something which is a relic, which is a belonging of a Nabi, then they have obviously not read the Quran with understanding. The Quran, it is proclaiming this. وَاتَّخِذُوا or banao, and take mim maqami Ibrahim musalla. The maqam of Ibrahim, the standing place of Ibrahim as your place for prayer, for worship, for salat, for namaz. So, respect is being shown, it is being revered. The stone is being revered. Why? Because of its nisbat, because of its affiliation, because of its connection that it has with this Prophet of Allah, with this special devotee and worshipper of Allah, who is the Khalil of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which also we are able to learn. And this ayat karima, it demonstrates that if a pathar, a lifeless, inanimate object becomes so honorable, then what can we say of those people who have been blessed with the proximity with the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, such as the great Ummahatul Mu'mineen, our mothers, the Azwaji Mutahharat of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. What of their honor, of their prestige, of their dignity, of their excellencies? My tongue certainly is not worthy of doing justice in praising them, in praising those glorious Sahabai Kiram who were honored with the privilege of being in the company of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, and not even Sayyiduna Ghawthi Adam radiyallahu ta'ala anhu can equal the Sahabai Kiram. The greatest of the greatest wali is not able to reach and acquire or attain the status of a Sahabi Rasul. What of the Ahle Bayt Athar, who have the blood of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam flowing in their bodies? And of course, this is only honorable as long as these people, today I'm talking about the Sadat Kiram, if they have Iman, if they are Sahihul Aqidah. So these people, they have a nisbat, they have a connection. So imagine their status, imagine their maqam, imagine the degree of elevation that they have been bestowed with by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if a pathar becomes exalted, if a pathar, a stone, has that elevated status, then what of those people who are the likes of the Ummahatul Mu'mineen, who are the Ahle Bayt Athar, who are the Sahabai Kiram? So thus, this and many, there is a catalogue of evidence, respectable viewers and listeners, which substantiates the aqaid of the Ahlul Sunnah from the Quran itself, which is the ultimate authority for Muslims. And after the Quran Majid, we have the Ahadith Mubarakah, wherein there is also a zakhira. There is a zakhair. There are the Lail proofs in abundance, catalogues. There is a catalogue of proofs also available in the ahadith mubarakah, in the a'mal, in the actions of the Sahaba Kiram, of the true Aslaf, how they would demonstrate honor to the relics, to the belongings of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. So this is not shirk, nor does it have anything even remotely to do with shirk. Similarly, when we hear that people often complain and they say that, why do these people seek help from others? Yeah, because this is a world of causes, a world of asbab, in which it is permissible to seek help from others. Even this pathar, this stone, the Maqam Ibrahim, is it Allah? Of course not. Na'udhu billah, it is not Allah. It is pathar. It is a stone, an honorable stone that acquired its honor through the nisbat of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. The Baytullah itself is not Allah. It is Baytullah, Allah ka ghar, the special, honorable, dignified house of Allah. Nevertheless, it is not Allah. And people, they honor the house of Allah because it has a difference, because it is the house of Allah. It is a normal break, but when it becomes the part and parcel of the house of Allah, it becomes part of a masjid, then it becomes honorable. And if that brick is associated with a cleaning area like a lavatory, will it have honor? Of course not. So it is all about the nisbat. And any person who has a bit of logic, a bit of rationale, has a munsifana character, a person who wants to do justice to himself, will undoubtedly acknowledge, if they want to do justice to themselves, that these things which have a nisbat with those people who are honorable, with the Ahlullah, then those things, those belongings, those relics also become honorable. And this is something which the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah has learnt from the Holy Quran itself, from the glorious Quran itself. The opening ayats of Surah Al-Balad, they also substantiate this. La uqsimu bihadha al-balad wa anta hillum bihadha al-balad. Where Allah Azza wa Jal, He takes an oath on the city which is the birthplace of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. And why? The immediate verse which comes after La uqsimu, the second verse, the second ayat karima, Allah Azza wa Jal explains, وَأَنْتَ حِلٌّ بِهَذَا الْبَلَدِ. It is by virtue of your presence there, by virtue of you living there, O beloved, that this city is honorable. It is because of that nisbat, that connection. So we must not immediately jump to delivering and announcing fatwas, because this is done incorrectly, and it amounts to a fabrication. So this ayat karima, it is the asal. It is one of the ayat karimas, one of the verses of the Holy Quran, which is an asal, which is the origin, which proves that we are able to honor that tabarukat, those things which are belongings, which have a connection, which have an affiliation with the special servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are known as tabarukat. It is a tabarruk, it is mubarak, yeah, it is auspicious, and there is barakah in that. There is barakah within that, from which you are able to obtain barakah. You are able to obtain faida, benefits from demonstrating honor. There is another ayat karima in the glorious Quran, which is غالبا in Surah Al-Hajj. وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ itself. Allah Azza wa Jal, as I mentioned in the first segment of today's program, that we are required, we have been commanded in the Holy Quran, in the glorious Quran, to demonstrate honor, to revere that pathar in salat itself. And let's just look at this other example. When we kiss the Hajri Aswad, yeah, the bosa kissing the Hajri Aswad, people today object and say, why do you kiss the hands of a Shaykh, of an alim, a scholar of deen? Why do people kiss the hands of a peer, of someone who is from the family of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam? People object to that. And they say, it is shirk. Na'udhu billah. How can it possibly in any way, amount to shirk? People, out of love and honor, they kiss the shawl which is around the Ghilaf-e Kaaba. Yeah, the Ghilaf-e Kaaba is kissed out of love, because it is attached to the Baytullah itself. It has that honor, so it is not like any common material. It is Ghilaf-e Kaaba. So this is a gesture of love, an expression of demonstrating our love and respect. How can that amount to shirk, possibly in any way? Any person who has a bit of rationale, a bit of sanity and logic will, never have the audacity to say that. In Salat itself, we do this. And whenever something which is honorable, which has an attachment, a closeness, a proximity, a nearness to the Ahlullah, to those people who are close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then this is according to a verse of the Holy Quran, because obviously we are going to follow the Quran, we are going to follow the Ahadith Mubarakah, we are going to follow the qiyas, or the ijtihad, of the Sahaba Kiram, and the qiyas of the A'imma Kiram, of the A'imma Mujtahideen, the Adillai Arba. So in these Adillai Arba, in these four authorities, there is nothing to suggest that this amounts to shirk. So if something which has a closeness to the Ahlullah is shown respect, it is shown adab, then this in no way can amount to shirk. This is a gross fabrication on the part of those people who have the audacity to label this as shirk. In the Quran, there is an ayat karima, ghaliban in Surah Yunus, wherein Allah Azza wa Jal, He says to His beloved Habib, "E Mehboob, ab farma dijiye, qul, Allahu adhina lakum am ala Allahi taftarun." Has Allah permitted you? Has Allah permitted you to say this? To engage in this iftira? Or are you doing iftira? Are you engaging in iftira? Are you concocting? Are you fabricating? Are you inventing? Are you, making up? And this is what these people do in the absence of knowledge. Yeah? In the absence, whilst they are totally, ignorant of the correct teachings of Islam, they will say, oh, shirk, bid'ah, haram. Yeah? These three things appear to be their favorite words. Yeah? And without realizing the consequences. Yeah? Without realizing the consequences of what they are saying. If they knew of the punishment that awaits such people and the consequences of calling a Muslim a mushrik, calling a Muslim a mubtadi, a person who has done bid'ah, an innovator, and saying that he has done something which is haram, whereas there is no proof in the Quran or the Hadith to declare that as an invalid act. So our innocent Muslims, brothers and sisters, they immediately come to the ulama and say, where is the dalil for this? Where is the dalil for that? But what we must remember is one of the fundamental principles is that the claimant, the duty, the burden of proof is on the claimant to provide the evidence, to substantiate his claim that this is haram, this is a bid'ah, this is shirk. Yeah? It needs to be proven and substantiated from the Quran and from the Hadith, which they fail to do. They fail to achieve this.